Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Blue, and we are back with another video. As you're probably aware, maybe later than some, and that is totally fine. Luckily, there's a nice catch-up mechanic. But PvP is extremely important this expansion. If you really want to be pushing your character the highest you can, you need to really push up that PvP rating.
Blue, you're my boy!
Now, that can be a really difficult thing, especially for myself. I play Feral mainly, and I struggle in PvP. Now, there is a big difference between PvP Feral and PvE, and a lot of that has to do with just using your utility to the best that you can, since it is a little bit more of a squishier class. Now, some of you guys watching this video, you may not have trouble with that. So what this video is mostly going to be about is how to get up your rating when you're new or newer to PvP. Now, what I would suggest is, depending on what type of character you have, depending on the friends that you have, if you have some really experienced friends in PvP, go ahead and try 2s and 3s, okay? Now, if you're not as confident in PvP, in arenas, with your character, maybe you guys are coming to this as an alt, and you're just like, hey, not really as confident in it, I'm going to let you know 2s and 3s, there's a lot of experienced people playing those, and if you're newer to arenas, you are going to really have a difficult time. Now, what I would suggest is the easiest way to get your rating up, and I want to show you guys. This is me, 2s. Wow, I did not know I had this many games. But this is me really trying hard. This is just, 1300. I got to 1422 at the very beginning of the season. But this is me trying hard with pugs and whatnot, and it's a lot difficult. This is me not knowing how to play my class very well. Now, I want you guys to take note of PvP Battlegrounds 10v10. Now, this is a completely different game. Now, especially for us, a lot of you guys that are PvE focused, this is going to be what you want to do to get your rating up. This is going to be the easiest way. The difference between these is in 2s and 3s, you need to know your character well, you need to time out your cooldowns well, you need to time your defensives well, and it's really on you, okay? Now, the difference between that and this is it's on the team, Winning Battlegrounds is more about communicating well, focusing a target if you're a DPSer, and just executing a plan at the very beginning of the match. Do the plan, execute the plan. If you execute the plan well, you'll succeed. Okay, so this is me never doing PvP. I am almost 1800 in probably less than a week, okay? This is playing really hard though in a week. This is me focusing when I log on, my game time to only playing this. You'll see 69 games is a lot of games, okay? Now also, with this said, you guys may not know how to queue for these, okay? So you go for your Player vs. Player tab, go on pre-made groups, and you will notice there is so many groups, you guys. This is the hidden secret to PvP and arenas and whatnot, and getting your rating up. This is it. Now, if you're a lower rating, you might want to do this YOLO groups or anything that says low rating. These are the ones you're going to want to go to. Now, my suggestion to you is never join a group that does not have a Discord, okay? If they're not using TeamSpeak, which is right here, you click on that, you'll join the raid. A raid tab will pop up in this group, and you just click on this thing right here for the raid. Some individuals use TeamSpeak, that's the game's TeamSpeak, but a lot of these people are using Discord. You see this one, Silent, 1700, no voice, link experience. Never join these, you guys. The thing you'll notice about PvP Battlegrounds is it will take a long time, especially if you get higher rating. So I'm pushing 1800. I would say this is pretty good. This is 220 gear. You will see that pushing these high groups, they're going to want a specific comp, and they're going to take their time. With Battlegrounds, a lot of people, if they lose a couple, they're out. okay, they're going to get out of these teams. So you're going to see a lot of groups disband and come together. I have probably won maybe 25% or less than 25% games that say no voice. Do not join them. When you do PvP and Battlegrounds, you guys expect to jump in Discord a lot. You're going to have a whole bunch of Discord servers, and that's just how it's going to be. Now, another tip is to increase your rating. What kind of groups do you join? Always be the person with the least rating, okay? Now, it may sound like a dick move. I wouldn't do it too much, okay? So this is a 1600 plus climb. I would never join a 1600 plus climb because I'm going to be the highest rated person in that group. Now, what does that mean? That means if I join this group and I win a game with this group, I am going to gain a lot less than those that are at the bottom of the rankings, okay? And as soon as you get into a match, there's going to be the battleground queue that pops up here. You click on that, you look at your team, you look at the enemy's team, and what you do is you go on your team and you just click the very last option for sort, and you sort by rating. You'll see everybody's rating. If you are at the highest in that rating, you need to leave, okay? Now, it's unfortunate that way, but you don't want to be the highest, because if you win, you gain the least. If you lose, you will be losing the most, okay? So that is the way to not climb. So look at me, we're at 1700, so I need to join an 18 plus group, okay? So that's what we'll do. We'll do 1800. We'll search for that, and we got one, okay? Fast food restaurant chain. I have no idea what they're looking, but they're looking for a tank. I'll actually join that. Now, another thing you need to be focusing on is, you can tell here, my verse is 9.75. I got a little bit of PvP gear on. To join these higher groups, you need to have versatility. You need to be buying from this vendor and leveling yourself up, okay? Did not mean to pull that up. I'll pull up my Discord really quickly, and I'll show you guys the rankings. So if you're not aware, with PvP gear, you get a max amount of conquest, and depending on when you're watching this, conquest goes up each week. So if you're watching this later on than when it was first published, you're going to be well off, because eventually you'll be able to buy every single piece of gear just getting conquest, right? We're limited right now to 3,000, so I can only buy a limited number of pieces. But these pieces you buy, when you increase your ranking, you can actually increase the rating of those. So let's look at this. I can buy a weapon for 200, okay? So the base gear is always 200. Now, depending on your rating, you can level this up. So we said I'm 17 something, so I can only level up my gear to 213. Now, the next thing I'm doing is getting 218. All right, so we look right here. 218 is 220 level gear. This is huge, you guys. So a lot of you guys that don't know, most of you guys that are pushing PvE that are going to be doing well, you need to have PvP gear, okay? That is the way to go. Now, a quick suggestion too, for those that are watching the video fairly recently, is since we are capped at Conquest, there are going to be specific items. You can't buy everything. So there are going to be specific items you do not want to buy with Conquest. For example, these trinkets. You can see these trinkets have a rank on them. These are rank 5. Right now you can actually buy a standard trinket, which you should do. Don't invest on the maximum trinkets. Go ahead and go over here. Buy one of these trinkets for 525 honor. Buy the second trinket, which will give you the set bonus, any type of second trinket, and then just pop it in here and increase it up to whatever you want. You can even have this, if you're low on honor, you could just keep it 1 forever and focus on other things. So you need to go through this guy and determine ahead of time what pieces you want to buy that mean the most to you. A lot of people buy weapons. I got a 226, so I won't be able to level this up until a long time. But that's kind of up to you. Some people, obviously weapons are really good. If you're a newer champion that you're just trying to level from the start, this is going to be one that you want to work towards. Now, another thing that's a huge benefit from Battlegrounds is you will get honor extremely quickly. So I got 6,000 honor. I'm spending honor all the time, you guys. I'll be buying gear. This chest, for instance, I'll be buying gear from this guy, leveling it up. It costs honor to do that. It also costs honor to upgrade your standard things. But that's what you want to be doing, okay? I hope this video is useful, you guys. But again, if you want the best, go for PvP Battlegrounds. As you start climbing, you will learn your specific role. Everybody has a role to do. Some do it a little better than others. So kind of just go, and as you climb the ladders, you'll kind of learn what you do best in Battlegrounds. I wish you guys the best of luck. Thanks for watching the video. Take it easy. Peace.